When God raises his voice and says yes, no one can oppose it because his word carries power. When he decides to open a way, no one can close it. His yes breaks chains, removes obstacles, and makes paths appear where there were only deserts. People may judge you or underestimate you, but when God has determined to bless you, his purpose will stand even if the whole world says no. When God says yes, no human force can reverse it. That is the greatness of his divine authority. And if you're hearing this message today, it's not by accident. God wants to speak to your heart. Maybe you feel tired or disappointed. But remember, when God approves something in your life, nothing and no one can stop what he has already begun. When God says yes, the entire universe aligns with his word. His authority doesn't depend on people, governments, or circumstances. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Everything exists by his will, and everything stands because of his word. Many put their trust in what they see, money, status, or opportunity. But God's yes goes beyond the natural. When he speaks approval, the impossible starts to take shape. In Isaiah 43:13, God says, "What I have done, who can reverse it?" That means no force can stop what he decides to do. Joseph's life proved it. Betrayed, forgotten, imprisoned, yet God's yes never expired. In time, Joseph rose to power because God's promises never return void. Maybe you've prayed for years, faced closed doors, or felt forgotten. But God's yes doesn't expire. What he said, he will do. His promises are eternal, even when you can't see it. His yes is working in silence, preparing the right time, aligning every detail. Sometimes the apparent no of today is only the preparation for the definite yes of tomorrow. God may be clearing your path, removing what doesn't belong, and setting the stage for his plan. You see chaos, he sees purpose. You see endings, he sees new beginnings. The yes of God doesn't need human approval. His authority isn't negotiable, it simply manifests. And when that divine authority touches your life, the impossible becomes possible. So if you're waiting right now, remember you're not stuck, you're in process. The waiting season is part of the plan. When God says yes, it transforms your destiny. His word doesn't act on the surface. It goes deep. It heals wounds, restores what was lost, and gives you a new beginning. Look at Moses, a fugitive filled with fear, but when God said yes, he became a deliverer. God didn't look at his past, he looked at his purpose. And the same will happen with you. His yes opens doors, restores hearts, resurrects dreams, and changes everything. Sometimes his yes comes in ways you don't expect, through a delay, a closed door, or even through pain. But later, you'll see that every tear and every silence had purpose. Because when God says yes, no one can say no.